What is up, Auburn fans, and welcome in to the 89th edition of Auburn Primetime Live. I'm your host, Blake Lane. Tonight, we're here to talk about all of Auburn sports, but the main topic I want to talk about is Bryce Cain, the one guy who stayed from the Freeze Four, stayed with Alex Golish, believed in the plan, right, that the new head coach was offering, and I think he believes in being given an opportunity by Alex Golish. And then we're going to talk about Auburn basketball. Somehow, Tahad Pettiford showed up last night. Looked like the Tahad Pettiford of 2025. And we're going to talk about Auburn baseball. All right. Big midweek dub against Sanford. I like how the pitching staff's playing out. And Auburn's they're finally starting to not play with their food, and they're waking up and hitting the baseball, and so a lot of good stuff going on the diamond. So Auburn's rolling, man, 10-2 over there. So first, let's get in here and let's talk about Bryce Cain, man. A guy from my hometown in Mobile, Alabama, played at Baker High School. He's been at Auburn 2 years. He redshirted in 2024. Last year, I think he got into 3 games. I think he got into the Ball State game, the South game, and then I know he had 3 catches for like 28 yards against Alabama. So I think in his career total, he's had like 6 receptions for 58 yards. So not a lot of playing time, right? But it looked like at the end of the year, we always heard great things about Bryce Cain, on special teams, or Bryce Cain showing out in bowl practice, or when he got up there early and Auburn was in the Music City, and people were like, man, we're so impressed with Bryce Cain. Or it was, Bryce Cain in spring practice. But when we got in the season, we never got to see Bryce Cain on the football field, right? And part of that, was Malcolm Simmons, and you had Eric Singleton Jr. there this last season. The year before that, I mean, he was a freshman. You can't really do a whole lot there. Didn't expect him to play a whole lot that season just because he was so raw coming out of high school, right? And I mentioned that multiple times when I was on the up tempo that this was a guy who was fairly new to football. Like he just burst onto the scene at Baker High School, and you could tell that he was super talented right when he took off. So still had a lot to learn, right? But I think now that this is his time to blossom and really take off in this new offense of Alex Golish. And Auburn lost a lot of guys at receiver, right? They had a plethora of guys transfer out, and he was the only one from the Freeze Four to stay. And he has opportunity with Eric Singleton Jr. Transferring to Florida and to play for his old offensive coordinator. And so Bryce Cain has opportunity. And, Golish brought in a lot of receivers, but a lot of them are big bodied receivers that are outside receivers. And I think that he's going to get a look in spring practice. I think that this is an offense that fits his skill set, an offense that creates shots down the field, but it also creates playmakers underneath and to get them out in space. And I think that's Bryce Cain's game, is you want this kid out in space. He's a playmaker. He's fast as lightning. I mean, the kid can absolutely fly. I watched him in high school. He was electric in the open field, and that is what you want to create with Bryce Cain, is get the ball in his hands in space and just let him go to work. He can outrun you. He can do it all, man. He is a special type of talent. And, I think it goes a long way with the way Alex Golish talks about Bryce Cain. He's like, not only is it the hard work on special teams, man, this has been one of my favorite guys to coach since I arrived at Auburn. And I think that goes, coming up into spring workouts and getting ready for spring practice and 8A. And you're seeing Bryce Cain continue to work in an era of football where, the guys really You don't play for 2 years, and what do guys do? I'm going to get out and I'm going to go to the portal and I'm going to go get a check, or I'm going to go into the portal and not have anywhere to go, or, So this is a guy that's sitting his time. He's waiting. And even during a coaching change, he says, hey, I have an opportunity to get on the field this year because I've put in the work. I'm a guy that fits in this offense. I'm going to give it a shot, and we'll see where the chips fall. We'll see where the chips fall. And, I know he's gotten into a game and he's had a fumble or whatever, but this kid's extremely talented, man. I'm telling you. When he got on the field in the Iron Bowl, they threw it to him 3 times. He's going to catch the football. And once he does, man, once he gets out in space, he's electric. He's a go-getter. He can take it to the crib at any given time. So I'm extremely excited for him. Me, I'm all about the Mobile kids, man, and I want to see him get his opportunity, because I feel like Hugh Freeze, I don't want to say that he wasn't really fair to Bryce Cain, but man, I kept watching mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, and I'm like, the guys in front of him, yeah, they were getting paid a lot of money, but they weren't producing the way that we thought they were, or we thought they should. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for Alex Golish, man. I can't wait for spring. I can't wait for A-Day. I think that we are in a time right now where Auburn football has got to come with it, right? And we talked about last week why I thought the Florida game was such a massive game for Auburn, and why I think that that's one you just can't let get away, especially at home at Jordan-Hare Stadium. You cannot let that opportunity slip away. So this is monumental, man. Like, this is the time right now where year one, a couple years ago, we were talking about, okay, it's going to take a little while. We just don't have the talent. Well, this guy's not saying that. He's saying, hey, well, we're here to win. Like, we do have the talent. Okay, I got some guys coming in from USF, and I've got some dudes that I believe in. And even though they played at the lower level, I believe in them, right? I believe in them. And I like that. I like that from my head coach, because Golish has a spark about him, right? And we've been through like the last 2 guys that we've had, were just stale to me. And there was always an excuse. There was always, it's not my fault. It's your fault. And I just don't think Alex Golish is that guy. I think he's going to live up to. He's going to man up. He's going to take responsibility. He's going to answer the tough questions. He's going to be really good behind the mic, and I'm cool with that. Right? I can ride with that kind of head coach, and I really, really hope that he doesn't let that Florida opportunity pass him by. I really feel like you got to beat Summerall, man. You have to. That would be huge, because especially, with the media and things like that, it would just go such a long way. And Auburn really being on the pavement right now, and it just feels like a Mack truck just runs over you and then puts it in reverse and runs over you again. That is how Auburn football has felt for the last 5-6 years. So, you got to have a guy like Bryce Cain step up and really take that moment and run with it, right? That's what we want him to do. We want him to run with it. So I really, really hope that we can get that done and start out. How cool would it be to start out 1-0 in the SEC with a dub at home in Jordan-Hare Stadium? And you know, I can't say it enough. I'm tired of the losing. I'm tired of, coaches always having excuses and throwing players under the bus and, just I don't get that from Golish. I don't get it. You keep seeing the workout videos that Auburn drops, and you're seeing some bonding, and you're seeing a leader in Byron Brown. I really, really enjoy that. I think that dude's got everything that you need to have to be an SEC quarterback. I'm not one of those guys. I'm not saying that he's going to win the Heisman Trophy or whatever, right? I just think he has all the intangibles. He's got the moxie to be that guy to step in. And I'm not even saying to take Auburn to the college football playoff, but what I am saying is he's got that guy to turn the program around. All right, he's that dude. He's that dude that could come in and win Auburn 9 games, 8 games. If Auburn goes 8-4 next year, I mean, Byron Brown has done his job. It's been a successful transition for Byron Brown. Like, that is what he was brought to Auburn to do. If guys like Bryce Cain step up, Byron Brown, you transfer in, somehow Auburn goes 8-4, that is a successful transition from G5 football in the American. You come into the SEC to what has been a bottom program for the last 5 years, a bottom shelf, because that's where we've been. Let's don't sugarcoat it. Let's don't sunshine pump it. It's been a successful transition. All right. Are they selling 8A tickets? I'm asking because I'm having a hard time getting the right information. Ernest, I have not seen them. I haven't seen them. So I don't know as of now because I haven't seen them. So War Damn Eagle, let's go. Sorry, I'm late. I was in the shower when hey, that's okay, Auburn Dad. That's okay, man. You're here. You made it. That's all good, man. It's all good. One thing I know about BB17, he's not going to be afraid of the competition level in the SEC. That's right, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. And I think that's what we've kind of lacked, right? Is that dude. I could just leave it there. That dude. And watching the way he plays football, I think he could be that guy, right? And like I said, I'm not saying that he's going to come in and win a national championship or take Auburn to the college football playoff, but all I'm asking for is for your head coach, for your quarterback, and a guy like Bryce Cain to step up and lead this football program. Because your defense is going to be straight, right? Like it might slide back a little bit from last year, but I mean, that defense last year, that was national championship worthy. You just didn't have a lick of offense to go with it, right? But they're going to keep you in games, right? You just need a guy. You just need a dude that can produce at the quarterback position. You just need a dude. And watching him play, man, I feel like he's going to put his body on the line for Auburn. I questioned Peyton Thorne many a times. I questioned Jackson Arnold many a times of some decisions, and I'm like, what are we doing there? Like, put your body on the line. That's just, I don't know. Rough decisions by the last guy, but here we are. We got a new one, and I'm proud of it. I like him so far. I like the way he talks about his players. That quote about Bryce Cain, I love seeing that. I think it's a positive for a guy like Bryce to stick at Auburn, not even step down a level in competition, right? Like, he didn't transfer back home to South Alabama. Like, He believes in Golish. He believes in Auburn. I like that, man. I really, really do. So let's get over here to basketball real quick, man. Tahad Pettiford kind of keeping Auburn's hopes of the NCAA tournament alive last night, beating the LSU Tigers. Only if Auburn could have beat Ole Miss and Oklahoma. Don't know how that happened, dude. But Tahad showed up last night. Tahad showed up. This season has been a roller coaster. You've had the problems with players, their words, their actions, your head coach saying that, oh, this guy was 20 minutes late, yada, 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 blase, 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 right? We've lost games that we should have won. We've won games that we should have lost. It's been an absolute roller coaster, right? I think it all comes down to Saturday. If in your final regular season game, can you beat your rival in their house like you did last year? And if you can do that, I think it's a vote of confidence for the selection committee. Like, they're saying, okay, well, Auburn just beat Alabama. Like, that's 2 in a row. Then can you go into the SEC tournament and win a 3rd in a row? If you do that, I think you're in. If Auburn can beat Alabama Saturday and then they go to the SEC tournament and they win one, I think they're in. So it's there for the taking. In my opinion, you should have beat Alabama the first time. You let them off the hook. Regardless, Bediako, no Bediako, I don't care. I feel like you should have beat them. They're playing well. Alabama is. I know they lost last night, but they're playing well. LeBaron Filan's one of the best in the country. We have to match their intensity, and we have to hit open shots. That's something that we didn't do down the stretch, and they did. And so we got to go in there and get out to a fast start. We can't fall behind by 10 or 15 in Coleman. If we do, we're cooked. They shoot the ball too well. So good luck to the basketball team, man. Go get a dub. Find a freaking way, dude. Find a freaking way to get in this tournament. The baseball team, hey, dropped one last Friday night to Nebraska. It happens, right? That's baseball. I coach middle school baseball. I'll tell y'all this. First game last night, we beat St. Paul's 8-1. Second game, we got beat 11-1. All right. My kids, they're like, oh man, I hate getting blown out. I'm like, yeah, well, all right. You blew them out the first game. So, like, it happens. That's baseball. That's how it bounces sometimes. We had runners at second and third with nobody out in the second inning, couldn't score. Third inning, we had bases loaded, nobody out, couldn't score. Like, you get back-to-back strikeouts and a pop-up to third base. I mean, you got to produce. You got to produce with bases loaded, no outs, and runners at second and third with no outs. And when you don't do it back-to-back innings, that's how you look up, and it's 11-1. And once it got to be 7-1, my guys kind of dropped their heads, and they were like, "Man, it's getting away from us," and that's fine. But that's how baseball is, man. It's tricky. It's weird, right? So they were playing Nebraska last Friday night. They dropped one in extras and almost made a heck of a comeback. But then they bounced back, right? Saturday and Sunday, and they come back and win the series, get 2. Great stuff, They're rolling, but they got a tricky little midweek, right? Last night was Sanford. They come out. Alvarez threw great, man. I think he had 8 Ks, only gave up 3 hits, I believe, was just absolutely solid. Jet Johnson and Brewer come in. They pitched well, and K Blue made one of the best catches of the year that you will see, doubling a guy up, man. I think that was really a big spark, momentum boost right there for the Auburn Tigers. Guevara swinging it well. Chase Fralick continues to have a great year. Bub Terrell, all of these guys, man, just really, really you're starting to see the Auburn lineup fall into place. One thing I do want to see is us get a little smoother on the infield, right? There's too many errors right now. And we got to cut that out when it gets into SEC play, man, because when you start giving guys free chances in SEC play, they will definitely make you pay. But way to start the year off right, man. 10-2, looking solid. I hope for this team to be a super regional team, possibly be in Omaha. I would really, really enjoy that, because if they do go to Omaha, I damn sure want to be there. So, um, yeah, I think this team, they got it, man. They got the pitching. That's what it seems like. I mean, you got Marciano is your Friday night guy. He seems to be throwing the ball really well. I mean, the pitching is there. Like, we got some dudes this year, and then they're throwing it well. So, really excited about the rest of baseball, man. Some tough schedule coming up. So, I'm ready to break it down and talk more in depth about baseball, man. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I'll let y'all go tonight. I'm sorry I haven't been posting as much and getting on here live as much. We're in the middle of baseball season, and as you can tell, man, it's been all over the place. Like, I've been helping with JV and varsity, and coaching middle school ball and all that stuff. So I've just been, you can ask my wife. I haven't been getting home until like 10:30, and then I got to go to my job during the day, and then as soon as I leave my job, I go to the games and everything. So it's just been hectic, man. So just hang with me. I promise it won't be like this forever. The end of our season, I think it ends at the end of March. So, and then I think we have the playoffs for middle school, which is only in Mobile County, and we're in the private school league. So, we're up against like UMS, St. Paul's, McGill, and things like that if you're from the state of Alabama. So, yeah. So appreciate you guys. Love y'all. War Damn Eagle, man. Thank y'all for getting in the comments. Appreciate each and every one of you. And that'll do it for tonight. I hope to be back on here this weekend, man. A lot of stuff going down. I got a game Saturday morning at 11 a.m. at UMS Wright. So hopefully maybe Saturday afternoon when I get home from that, we can get in here and maybe talk some baseball, basketball, something like that. So appreciate y'all, man. War down, baby. See y'all then.